Year after year, people with gifted abilities go beyond raising the limits of what's humanly possible. Some do crazy things, while others perform feats you may find unimaginable. There are people who will do anything to break a Guinness World Record, and then there are those whose records may never be broken. Believe it or not, there are some extremely talented people whose feats just can't be replicated. Breaking their records are so tough, you wouldn't even want to try. Could you ever hope to pull an airplane with your hands? Or a monster truck with your teeth? Would you smash a huge block of ice on your chest? It takes daredevil courage to do so, and here are 10 records that will never be broken, and the reasons why. Stick around till number 1, the craziest of them all. Man pulls CC-177 Globemaster III plane.
Does it sound good? Does it sound good? All right.
If you think pulling an airplane is no big deal, try pulling a car instead and see how it feels. It's not easy, but when you're the world's strongest man, it's a different story. Reverend Kevin Fast is no ordinary pastor. When he isn't preaching, he's busy pulling planes, trucks, and just about anything that tests his superhuman strength. In 2009, Reverend Kevin performed one of the most amazing feats the world has ever seen. With just a rope tied behind his back, the good Reverend pulled a CC-117 Globemaster III airplane weighing 188 tons. The feat, performed at a Canadian Air Force base in Trenton, Ontario, Canada, ended in Kevin pulling the plane for a record 8.8 meters, over 28 feet. In doing so, he broke the Guinness World Record. Now, isn't that a neat way to attract his flock?
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for y'all that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Most coconuts smashed in a minute. Could you break a walnut with your fist? Bet it wouldn't hurt, would it? What if we showed you a man who breaks coconuts with his fist, even breaking a world record while doing so? In 2017, strongman Apish P. Dominic from Kottayam, India, cracked his way into the Guinness Book of World Records when he smashed 122 coconuts, get it, with his bare hands. Those things are hard. Apish was so fast, he clocked 2 per second and performed the feat in front of a huge crowd that included family and friends. Apish's feat of breaking the bare coconuts with his open hands was nothing short of amazing. I can testify to that. The 60-second attempt ended in him cracking 122 coconuts, which were 2 more than the existing world record of 118 by German Mohamed Karamonovic. I speak English. Let's try this again. By German Mohamed Karamonovic since 2011. There we go. Man, it's still a mouthful. Concrete blocks smashed on the chest. While breaking coconuts with your bare hands is no mean feat, here's a man who took it one step further. Ali Basatip from Turkey performed a feat that would make you gulp thinking about the pain. The martial artist set a Guinness World Record by having more than a dozen concrete blocks smashed on his chest in an unbelievable 4.75 seconds. Gosh, that's fast. The extraordinary performance was carried out at Milas Cumhuriyet Square in Mughla, Turkey. Think I wasn't going to pronounce that one right, did you? The strongman lay still on his back while concrete blocks were balanced on his chest. An assistant then began smashing the blocks with a 14-pound sledgehammer. It's enough to wince just thinking about it. Ali's amazing feat broke the current world record of 6.33 seconds set by Ali himself. But that isn't all. Ali has broken other block-breaking records, like breaking 683 blocks in just 30 seconds and 1,175 blocks in 60 seconds. He's even broken the longest row of blocks, amounting to 37 stacked vertically. That's a lot of breaking. He must have an orthopedic surgeon on speed dial. Yuchun City, Jiangxi, China. Would you like a single bee hovering around you? Well, we guess not, but what if you were surrounded by thousands of them? What may be a nightmare to most people is a record-breaking feat for another, and that's exactly what Ruan Lingming did on the 15th of May 2014. The man from China broke the world record of the heaviest mantle of bees, weighing 140 pounds and 6.97 ounces, to be exact. The remarkable and dangerous feat was performed by Lian Ming on a live Guinness show in Yuquan City, Jiangxi, China. And I thought Karamanovic was hard. The professional beekeeper created quite a buzz, no pun intended, with his new world record when he allowed the heavy mantle of bees to cover his entire upper body for 53 minutes and 34 seconds. Almost an hour. Ruan, who's been a beekeeper for 19 years prior to the event, says he's immune to bee venom, and his incredible feat only left him a bit tired and itchy. Oh my gosh, you're telling me it doesn't hurt when the bee stings you? Ow! That's what happens when I just have one bee sting. Dude Perfect breaks world record of highest basketball shot.
Look how tall we are right now. Oh my gosh. That's scary tall. How are we going to tell if it goes in?
Here's a record-breaking feat that is so ridiculous you may be discouraged from even thinking about it. Given the fact that every NBA star would never miss a dunk or even a long shot in basketball, how many would be able to score from the other end of the court? You all know Dude Perfect, the sports entertainment team known for their crazy videos and trick shot games. Well, this time they took it up a notch when the team attempted the world's highest basketball shot. The crew performed the fantastic feat from atop the roof of the Cotter Ranch Tower in Oklahoma City. The man who attempted to score a basket from the impossible range was team member Tyler Toney. Toney successfully shot the ball from the height of the tower straight through a hoop standing just outside the building in the open ground floor. In doing so, Toney set a massive and possibly unbeatable new world record for the highest basketball shot from 533 feet, surpassing the existing one of just 117 feet. That's one long shot. How many times did he try it before he actually made it? That's what I want to know. Human Torch breaks 3 world records.
Stuntman Joe Turtling broke the world record for the longest distance run full body burn.
Would you set yourself on fire to break a world record? If you thought you need to be crazy to do so, then meet crazy man Joseph Todling, also called the Human Torch. Todling is a stuntman who set a world record for setting himself on fire. But that's not all. He was also dragged 500 meters by a horse while his body was engulfed in flames. If that's not crazy for you, what is? He's nuts. Joseph is no beginner to world records. In 2013, he set another record for longest duration full-body burn without oxygen. He spent 5 minutes and 41 seconds in flames at a Salzburg department in Austria. His latest feat involved him being set on fire and dragged by a trained set of galloping horses at 31 miles per hour for over 500 meters. For the event, Joseph wore protective clothing and was coated with a cooling gel. And along the rough ride, an assistant riding a quad bike kept dousing him with oil to feed the flames. So being on fire just isn't enough, is it? You gotta have someone pouring oil on you to make it even worse. Or better in your case. Darren Taylor, world record for highest shallow dive. Undoubtedly, one of the most death-defying feats by stuntmen is a high dive, and we aren't just talking about a few feet either. Darren Taylor of USA is known as Professor Splash because of his incredible ability to dive from heights that would give anyone vertigo. Professor Splash has broken his own world record several times that included diving 10.3 meters or 33 feet 10 inches into a pool of water as shallow as just 30 centimeters or 12 feet. This amazing feat was performed in front of a large crowd in 2013. In September 2014, he again broke his own record by increasing the dive to 11.56 meters or 37 feet 11 inches into a pool of water the same depth as before. Another one, nuts. Believe it or not, in 2014, Taylor also broke the record for the highest shallow dive into fire, jumping from a height of 8 meters or 26 feet 3 inches into a pool of flames. The shallow high diver has never broken any bones, lucky, but he has suffered 8 concussions in his time. Well, that explains it. Brain damage. Terrifying blindfolded chainsaw.
This is the map and you see before your very own eyes. He is that 44-time Guinness Book World Record holder.
When it comes to breaking crazy records, then Shane Holtgren is as crazy as they can get. The space cowboy from Australia set a nerve-shredding record for the most apples cut by a chainsaw in 1 minute. Well, sounds mild? Well, what if we told you he held the apples in his mouth and was blindfolded too? Not the chainsaw, him, of course, not like the title suggests. The man who believes in extreme performances is popular for his death-defying record-breaking stunts too. In his latest feat, Holtgren was required to chop 5 apples held in his mouth with the deadly blade within 60 seconds, in spite of not being able to see because he was blindfolded, not the chainsaw. Don't try this at home, because Holtgren is an experienced chainsaw performer and sword swallower with years of experience. Besides his crazy record, he also holds several others as well, including the most chainsaw juggling catches on a unicycle and highest throw and catch of a chainsaw while juggling, throwing the device up at a height of 3.59 meters. Case closed. Put him in jail. Put him in an insane asylum. He's nuts, certifiably. Thank you, Guinness, for encouraging that. Lasso Schaller's insane 59-meter cliff jump. As extreme athletes go, Lasso Schaller is as extreme as they get. The daredevil has the incredible knack of diving off cliffs higher than 100 feet. His most amazing feat was when he high dived at 58.52 meters or 192 feet at Cascata del Salto, Switzerland in 2015. His world record of leaping off the waterfall was an unimaginable feat when he plummeted down 58.52 meters at 74 miles per hour. When he hit the water, it was like a stone wall and he died. No, he didn't. Not recommended for the inexperienced or faint of heart, Schaller enthralled the crowd, gathered to watch his record-breaking dive. Schaller, who was fitted with a head camera, looked pretty calm for a man about to risk his life in a death-defying jump of 192 feet. The 26-foot deep section of water beneath him had to be pumped with air to make his landing softer, but unfortunately, Schaller missed the aerated part, making his landing harder than expected. You see, I called it. You heard that? I called it. Right there. Splatterville. I just said that word, Splatterville. He didn't splatter, but hard. Ow. Longest distance run on fire. Another insane person. While there are some people who love playing with fire, daredevils like Anthony Britton set them into flames. The thrill is beyond comprehension, and for escapologist and stuntman Britton, it's a passion that needs to be taken in stride. Britton set another Guinness World Record when he set himself on flames and ran 670 feet before his flames were doused. In fact, his crazy feat broke 2 world records, with Britton sprinting the fastest 100 meters and the farthest while on fire without oxygen. And he didn't suffocate, man. The dangerous feat not recommended for anyone was performed at the Rugby Union and Football Club in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, with the help of the professional Stanage International Stunt Team. In 2015, Britton, a professional escapologist, was daring enough to attempt a very dangerous escape challenge, making him the 3rd person to have attempted the routine in 100 years. Let's maybe close the book on that one. So which one of these has fascinated you the most? Let me know in the comments below and I'll handpick and feature your comment in the next video, so look out for your comment. And now it's time for the featured comment from one of our previous videos. This one's from the Unusual Twins Who Are 1 in a Million episode. Sandy Lane says, "The twins separated and still had the same everything. Goes to show that twins think alike." How cool is that, yeah? Those twins definitely fascinated me the most.